Are you still adding your leads into your CRM application manually? Then this video is just for you. So hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to add IndiaMart leads inquiries to Salesforce for electric vehicle service business. So I am an owner for electric vehicle service business, and using IndiaMart I receive a lot of leads and inquiries from my potential customers or clients. Here what I want is that as soon as I'm going to receive a new lead with the help of IndiaMart by the potential customers or clients, I want to add that lead as a contact in my Salesforce CRM application. Now creating these contacts manually after the new lead is generated is very time consuming. So what I did was I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between IndiaMart and Salesforce with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen.
In this video, we're going to learn how to add IndiaMart leads inquiries to Salesforce for electric vehicle service business. So as an owner of an electric vehicle service business, I use IndiaMart to generate inquiries and attract potential customers. And I also use Salesforce to manage my sales pipeline, track customer interactions, and ensure my team doesn't miss up any follow-ups. However, manually transferring data of my leads from IndiaMart to Salesforce is very time consuming and prone to errors. So to solve this, I've automated this entire process of adding IndiaMart leads into my Salesforce account as contacts. With this integration, every inquiry of IndiaMart is instantly recorded in Salesforce as a contact, allowing me to focus on responding to leads quickly, tracking their progress seamlessly, and improving my team's efficiency. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between IndiaMart and Salesforce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. Over here, it is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Add IndiaMart Leads Inquiries to Salesforce for Electric Vehicle Service. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select IndiaMart Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Add IndiaMart Leads Inquiries to Salesforce for Electric Vehicle Service, and there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I am going to select it as IndiaMart. IndiaMart is an online platform where businesses and individuals can connect to buy and sell products or services. It acts as a marketplace, allowing sellers to showcase their offerings and buyers to find what they need, whether it's products, services, or business opportunities. For business owners, it's a great way to reach to larger audience, generate leads, and grow their customer base. I use IndiaMart to promote my business, and with the help of it, I receive a lot of leads and inquiries. I want that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated with the help of IndiaMart for my electric vehicle service business, I want that Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that. That is why for my trigger over here, I'm going to select it as IndiaMart. And for my trigger event, I'm going to select it as new leads. Now to connect IndiaMart to Pabbly Connect, over here you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we're going to build a connection between IndiaMart and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk one by one. So what I'm going to do is firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my IndiaMart account to Pabbly Connect. For that, log into your IndiaMart account. So this is my IndiaMart account, as you can see right over here, and I want to connect this account to Pabbly Connect. For doing that, from the left side of the panel, go to this Lead Manager option right over here, okay? After coming to the Lead Manager page over here, you can see this menu button is provided on the top left corner. Click on this button. From the given options, go to Import and Export Leads. And from the given options under this category, go to Push API option right here. Then you're going to land towards the Push API integration section of your IndiaMart account. After landing on this page over here, it says Select Source. For that, click on this drop down. As the given source is not provided in the drop down, go to this other option right here. Then a window is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the platform name and for the URL. So the platform name, I'm going to enter the platform name that I have, that is Pabbly Connect. Okay, and for the URL, paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. After entering the source name and the URL, click on the Save Details button right here. As you're going to do that, it is asking for why are we activating this API. For that, select the random reason from the drop down and click on this button right over here. As I'm going to do that, you can see the webhook URL successfully added to my IndiaMart account. As now the webhook URL successfully added, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check whether, as the webhook URL is now successfully added, I'm going to open my workflow and scroll down. You can see over here it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether IndiaMart is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a test lead in my IndiaMart account, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of that test lead being generated or not. Okay, so I'm going to generate a test lead for my business. For that, I'm going to log into my IndiaMart users account. So this is my IndiaMart user account, and with the help of this user account, I'm going to generate the test lead. Okay, over here it is asking for the product. So I've created a dummy product using my IndiaMart account. So I'm going to search for that dummy product right over here. So this is the dummy product that I've created. I'm going to select this product right here. Okay, so this is a dummy product, and with the help of this product, I'm going to generate the test lead. For that, I'm going to click on this Contact Supplier button. It is asking for all these details. I'm going to select the random details from here and then click on this Submit button. It is asking for the message, the inquiry that I have. For the inquiry over here, I'm going to write it as looking for fast charger installment at home for my new EV. Can you please help? So this is the dummy message that I have. Then I'm going to click on this Next button. It is asking for the GST number. So I'm going to enter the dummy GST number right here, and then I'm going to click on this Submit button. As I've done that, it says the details are sent. As the details are forwarded, that means the new test lead has been generated. As the test lead is generated, I'm going to open my workflow and check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of this test lead being generated or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow that I've created. So this is my workflow that I've created, and if I'm going to scroll down, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the test lead being generated. For the unique query ID, the ID is right here. State comes as Madhya Pradesh, name of the lead comes as Angel. For the phone number of the lead's phone number is right here. Email as testuser@pabblytunes.com. Country as India, that is IN. Company as test company. City as Bhopal. Address as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Over, if I'm going to further scroll down, the query date and time that the query was generated on was present over here in the response. We have the product name. This was the dummy product. And you can see the message over here is the same inquiry that we have forwarded. That is, looking for fast charger installment at home for new EV. Can you please help with the extra details that we have selected? And with all the other details, you can see right over here, the response is fully captured in my workflow that I've created. As the response is fully captured in the workflow, this means that IndiaMart has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now, whenever a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers or clients using IndiaMart for my electric vehicle service business, automatically in the similar manner, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. Now, here my objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers or clients in IndiaMart, I want to add that lead as a contact in my Salesforce account. Now, for doing that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Salesforce. Salesforce is a powerful cloud-based platform that helps businesses to manage their customer relationships and sales processes. It provides tools for tracking leads, managing customers' interaction, and automating tasks analyzing sales data. I use Salesforce to manage all my leads data, and that is why I want to create a contact of my leads in my Salesforce account. Okay, that is why for my action application over here, I'm going to select it as Salesforce, and for the action event, I'm going to select it as create contact, as I want to create the contact of the new lead being generated in my IndiaMart account. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. After that, click on connect with Salesforce. A window is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As this save process, my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button right here. As I've done that, you can see this is fully authorized Salesforce to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for the last name, first name, and all the other details of the contact that we're going to create in our Salesforce account. So for the data of these fields, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step, that is IndiaMart new leads. As I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the last name of our lead. Over here in my previous response, I have received the name of my lead. You can see right over here, okay? And in the name, I have just received the first name of my lead. So for the last name over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the data of this name that I've received, as the last name is a required field. So I'm going to select the first name as the last name over here in this field as well. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I've mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. And why I've mapped the data from my previous response? As I want to create this lead as a contact in my Salesforce account, that is why I've mapped the data from my previous response, okay? After that, it is asking for the first name, so I'm going to map the data of the first name of my lead as well right here. So I'm going to map the data. After that, it is asking for all these details, which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. It is asking for the mailing street. So for the mailing street, I've received the address right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data of the address that I've received, okay? After that, it is asking for the city, so I'm going to map the data of the city that I've received right here. With that, it is asking for the country. So for the country over here, I'm going to map the data of the country that I've received. I'm going to map the data. It is asking for the phone number. So for the phone number, I've received the mobile number of my lead. So I'm going to map the data of the mobile number of my lead right here, okay? After that, it is asking for the email. So I'm going to search for the email of my lead. So this is the email that I've received right over here. I'm going to map the data of that, okay? After that, it is asking for the title, department. I do not require these fields, so I'm going to skip the part. It is asking for the lead source. So for the lead source, if I'm going to click on this drop down, the lead source is not provided in the drop down. So for that, I'm going to toggle this map button on and erase the existing data from here. And for the lead source over here, I'm going to write it as IndiaMart leads, okay? And for the description over here, I'm going to write the inquiry that I've received, that is I've written it as message, and after that I'm going to map the data of the message that I've received in my previous response. Okay, this is the message. I'm going to map the data. Okay, after filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. As I've done that, we've received a response right over here, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Salesforce account contacts page, and I'm going to check whether a new contact has been added in my Salesforce account or not. For that, I'm going to open my Salesforce account. This is the contacts page of my Salesforce account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. And as I've refreshed the page, you can see a new contact that's been added in my Salesforce account. Let us tally the response of the contact. The name comes over here as Angel of the contact. The lead source comes over here as IndiaMart leads. For the phone number, the dummy mobile number. Email as testuser@pabblytunes.com. For the address, you can see right over here, this is the address. And over here for the description is the message, the inquiry that my lead has generated through IndiaMart. Okay. As over here, you can see the contact is fully created in my Salesforce account. This means that we fully created an automation between IndiaMart and Salesforce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of an electric vehicle service business, and using IndiaMart, I receive a lot of leads and inquiries for my business. For my trigger, I've selected as IndiaMart so that whenever a new lead is going to be generated, automatically in my trigger, the response of that will be captured. And as we are going to have the leads details, I wanted to create a record of that in my Salesforce account, and for that, I've set up this action step, okay? And in this automation, I've created a connection between IndiaMart and Salesforce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.